Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Back to the usual old school format for me. Just thought I'd actually bring you along on the journey. I'm currently in Calais and I've been traveling from London to, from our UK office in London to France, and just took the Channel tunnel. For those that have never been to France, I thought you might like to come along, or driven around France, you might like to come along on the journey with me this week, because I'm going to be traveling pretty much all over France. I'm going to be traveling down past Lyon, all the way down to Monte Carlo to visit a client. And then I'm going to be going back to Narbonne, where we're going to be visiting another client, and then back to Paris, to our offices in Paris. So quite a lot of travel, a lot of scenery. And again, for those that don't fancy watching this, sorry guys, this is not the usual format video, but I just thought we'd give you a bit of a sample for those that haven't driven through France before, of what it looks like. My top tips down motorways, where to find the best place to eat, where to find the best place to sleep. I'm currently showing my true British nature by making myself a cup of tea for breakfast, and we'll get on the road. Again, for those that do want to chat about moving to France and do fancy having a chat with me or with my team, you can find the links in the boxes below. Speak to you soon, guys. One tip I would give you, actually, if you are driving from the UK to France, or France to UK, I'm actually staying in a B&B hotel, which is a group called B&B Hotel in France. And they're located just on the outskirts of the tunnel. And I feel like it's always one of those things where, you know, you could go 20 minutes further. There's not actually that many nice hotels around afterwards. So I've done it in the past, but I'd definitely give you a tip to come here. There's the 4-star one, which is only 125 euros a night, compared to the 3-star one, which is like 80, I think. Definitely, if you can, go for the higher one, because it's not 4-star really of the standard that you might expect, but it's just a little bit nicer than the other one that can be a bit dingy, if I'm honest. For the difference in price, it's well worth it. And they've got a good breakfast selection as well. So yeah, definitely worth checking that one out if you're driving. And I think, you know, eventually I've done this so many times, guys, that it's really one of those things where if you stop here or on the way back up, it's, you know, you can always get the train the following hour, the morning, and you're just a little bit more refreshed. It's definitely worth doing it. Look, guys, I'm going to get back to my emails and then get on the road, and obviously we can follow the journey together. So yeah, guys, this is just to show you the journey that I'm just about to do in this video. So all the way from Calais, through the Champagne region, early hours of the morning, or late hours of the day, actually. Sorry, I actually hit Lyon and then finished up all the way down in Cannes, which is the part where we're going to catch up the video just now. So enjoy, and I'll show you the other part in a second. Hey guys, we're just about to get off. Just before we got on the road, I was just going to let you know, guys, that you definitely need one of these if you're going to be traveling down on motorways, on French motorways. It's by the Vinci Group, which is going to allow you to use all the Autoroute de France. Basically, you can register by buying one. You'll need a French bank account to do so, or at least a European one, I believe. But it will work all over France and in Spain, actually, and usually is attached to one vehicle registration. But it will open up all of the gates on all of the péages, on the tolls. And so whilst we are going through one, I'll show you how this works. Hey guys, so I spare you all of the late night driving last night. So finally made it to Cannes yesterday after, as you'll see, I've just got a photo after telling you tips about not speeding in France. I got them for speeding, but because I wasn't speeding a lot, they were really kind and even got a selfie shot. I was going to record the YouTube, but yeah, they drew the line at that. Cannes, actually, guys, although people know me for being in the southwest of France, Cannes is actually a very special place for me, because it's where I got my first job, just down here, which is the exhibition hall stadium and where you have the International Film Festival, which is just literally behind me over here, is where I got my first job, working on the markets actually in Cannes eventually, and living in Antibes. So yeah, the Majestic is where I stayed last night, which is the most American of hotels that you can find. I thought I was in Vegas, just kidding, but yeah, I just ironically found it last minute, and it was rather cheap this time of the year. As I'm filming, of course, it is in the month of March, so yeah, pretty cheap to come down here, and unfortunately weather isn't fantastic. It's a bit better than Calais though. So there you go, check in later. Hi there guys, so we're back in Monaco today, where I'm just going to share with you a few tips before I now have to leave, unfortunately. Monte Carlo is actually somewhere where I used to work all the time when I worked in the cruise line industry. So I know the place very well. For those of you that haven't visited Monaco, definitely come here. You'll find lots of beautiful places, including the lovely Hotel de Paris, which includes the place where you'll find loads of supercars and things like that for those that like cars and car spotting, but also a nice day out if you are in Nice, for instance. There's a good service actually if you're wanting to come here on a budget, from the airport straight onto a bus, which I used to use all the time when I was coming here for work. One top tip though, if you look in the comment box below, you'll find a telephone number for a taxi, which will work all over the city. I'll tell you for why, because you can't use Uber inside the city. Also, make sure that you check your network provider for your, and there we go, just a lovely Ferrari coming past. But yeah, also check your network provider, because often charges here or your mobile phone might not work if you're coming from the US or the UK, for instance. And also, just in general, if you're coming here, make sure you make your reservations early. Things get booked out even in this time of the season, which I'm currently filming in March, and even now, if you want to go somewhere or you want to book, you really need to make sure you book it way beforehand. That's it for me, guys, and I'll see you in Narbonne, or maybe I'll actually try to film a few parts of the Var, which I'll be visiting today, before going to see another client in Narbonne. So yeah, hang tight. Hi guys, with all of the best intentions, and I'm always telling you, you've got to be careful to stop during lunchtime hours here in France. It's currently just got close to 2 o'clock, and we stopped for lunch, but yeah, we're probably only just going to get service. So when I mentioned to you guys to be careful about lunch times, you really have to. If you are in the area of the Mediterranean, you really need to come inland. I know people obviously spend an awful lot of time on the coast in the Côte d'Azur, but we're just near a little village in Saint-Antonin-du-Var, and it's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see behind with the lakes, and La Guinguette du Lac is actually quite a cool little place to stop. I'll put the links and location in the comment box below, and yeah, let's continue our journey now closer to Marseille, where we'll be staying the night at Géraud, our chartered accountant's house, and then travelling to Narbonne to visit my clients. Anyway guys, have a good rest of the time, and speak to you in a bit. Hi guys, now after driving through the inland parts of the Var, I'm now in the little village of Calais, which is absolutely wonderful. 30 minutes from Marseille. You can actually see just Marseille just over there. It's a little coastal village. I'll leave the links in the comment box below, and also the address for a lovely little hotel that I've found here. But yeah, so this is just my last stop before going to Narbonne and visiting our clients in Narbonne, where we're going to be starting a new building project as well, and having a look at a building project up here as well in Calais. Hey guys, just a quick update from me here. I'm currently in the medieval city of Narbonne, which is a pretty cool place actually, because it's so well connected with TGV to Paris, and also has its own beaches. I'll put a link in the comments below of where to find Narbonne, and beautiful buildings in every little street here. Really such a gorgeous place. If you haven't already checked it out, please come and have a look at Narbonne. And if you want to see one of the building projects that we're actually going to be running here, you can check that out on the channel. It will be coming soon with a full video as usual. And I'll be carrying on my journeys back towards Paris now, and I'll keep you posted along the way. And then in this section, big drive again, going from all the way to Narbonne using the A75, which is an amazing motorway, by the way. It's just fantastic. And you go over the Viaduc de Millau, somewhere up here, all the way to Paris, where I did an overnight stay. And that is the last stop in France before going back over to the UK. And I'll just share with you that last part now. Here we go, guys. So last leg of my journey, actually, in France of this grand tour, just next to the US Embassy, which is all very highly guarded here at the moment for obvious reasons. And I'm just going to have breakfast at the Calais with some suppliers of legal services. Just really wanted to share some quick info with you before heading back to London. I've had increasingly high numbers recently of clients contacting me that have been in touch with other relocation services around Paris, actually, and had really bad experiences. And I think always with this, it's, just make sure you've got some quality of information before making a decision. So if you are watching the channel and you want to have a chat with us, you can go in the comment box below, and we'll of course happily have a chat with you, explain how we work. And for those that have been following the journey so far, I'll be heading back to London for a meeting tomorrow. So yeah, well, that will be the last part of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed so far. So for those watching in the US that have never been on the Channel Tunnel before, that's how easy it is. You just drive on, literally 35 minutes, I think, and you're the other side. So just leaving Calais, final destination being London for a meeting tomorrow at our legal office. And yeah, so we've that was the end of my grand tour. If there were those that were asking how I do the journey and leaving the car here, I've got a car in the UK. And I've actually got two cars in the UK, and I've got, of course, vehicles in France. But yeah, for people like myself that like cars and like driving, it's actually quite a cool thing. It's also pretty flexible in the sense that you do not need to book in advance unless it's really busy times. So you can just rock up and pay. You can, of course, pre-book, but you can just rock up and pay and pretty much just drive straight on. Yeah, so it's really, really practical. So for those that are living in France and fancy driving to the United Kingdom, although the weather maybe isn't great, but the beer's good. So yeah, I'll see you in London, guys.
It's your mate, so
Yeah.
this is what.
So here we are in the very sunny London, which makes a change. The beer is definitely good. I did stop for a couple of cheeky ones as soon as I arrived on the island yesterday. Today we're going to be working on a super important meeting from a tech point of view, and I'll be sharing with more details with you soon. But in the meantime, of course, if you want to reach out to us, please feel free to do so. Click on the links below. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon on the channel.